Hey guys, Chris Anderson here with the wrap up for our Lingering Jund League video, and we did pretty good, 5-0. Can't really ask for much better than that.
Yeah,
I
the deck felt great.
yep, Clay, congratulations. I believe that you're the first person to get a 5-0 at Coach Grant's Corner video.
Achievement unlocked.
Yep, that's pretty cool. What do you think you'd like to change based on what we saw? Like, unfortunately, we only got to play 3 different matchups, so we don't have a ton of data. But I think
I might want to cut the second Maelstrom Pulse
okay
for like a slaughter pact.
Yeah, we didn't see very much Jeskai Nahiri. One of the main reasons I like having that second Pulse is just because Nahiri isn't typically a very difficult card to play play with. Maelstrom Pulse is a clean answer to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Slaughter Pact is fine. It's not as resilient of a removal spell, or as flexible a removal spell as as Maelstrom Pulse is, but it allows you to invest your mana on a different turn. So when you have a bunch of Kalitas in your deck, I think that it's a lot better. But seeing as how we only have one Kalitas, it probably won't come up as much that we get like the massive blowouts.
Yeah, I might want a second
Kalitas. If we cut another Kalitas, I think we have to cut a Lingering Souls. Like, if you think about Lingering Souls as like your large payoff stuff, instead of like Huntmaster of the Fells or Chandra or Olivia Voltaren or Kalitas. Kalitas, I think, has shown to be the most, at least it's the most played right now. I don't know if it's the best or not. I sure like him a lot. But Lingering Souls is kind of like what you're doing instead. So we have to cut a Lingering Souls to add another Kalitas. And I don't really want to do that because I think that's the whole point. I think that the main deck is honestly just fine the way it is. I agree with you on Maelstrom Pulse as being like the flex slot at this point. But I've been happy with the second Maelstrom Pulse. I've been winning with it. And
I'm mostly worried about like the burn matchup, but I guess Grimflayer instead of Bob makes that matchup better.
Yes, it does. Being able to have an actual creature that you can block with instead
that you can cast.
That, gets killed. If you want some more insurance against burn, I think Collective Brutality is the perfect card for that matchup.
The card's like one of the best cards in Modern.
Yeah.
Because you're not dying with cards in your hand. Like, you're dying with cards in your hand. So just being able to use those cards for relevant effects is pretty powerful.
Exactly. Yeah, Collective Brutality. So, like, Jund is a deck that's all about trades. And Collective Brutality basically makes it allows you to make trades for free. Like, the accelerated velocity on your trades is just insane. Like,
and trading
that ability is worth 1 card. Like, you're gonna be able to trade all of your resources that aren't good in a particular matchup for exactly what you want.
Right. And trading 1-for-1 against burn is also pretty difficult. And being able to trade like 3-for-3 or whatever is
every single mode is good against them. So, yeah, I think Collective Brutality is definitely where we want to be in the sideboard if we want more insurance against burn.
Yeah. Also, maybe a second Ancient Grudge because of how good Flashback is with Grimflayer.
Yeah, Flashback's really good with Grimflayer. I'd be cool playing a second Ancient Grudge. So one thing that we could do for this weekend is just ignore Dredge completely. And be like, if we play against Dredge, like, whatever. Like, you probably got a good matchup against us. No big deal. And then just be covered against everything else. Because I don't see playing against Dredge more than 2 times over the entire tournament. And 2 would be a lot, I think. Because it's just on such a short time frame. I don't think a lot of people are prepared for it. People don't know how to play it well enough yet.
Yeah. I don't think enough people are good enough with the deck to make it a popular... To make it like a good representation at the top tables.
Yeah, that's basically my thought process as well. So like it's a gambit. I'm not necessarily saying this is what we should do, but that's definitely an option. It's a gambit.
I mean... I think keeping the cage is still fine as a hedge against like elves because that just won the invitational. So that might be popular. Yeah, and like company.
It's also actually pretty good against the Mardu deck because they have both
Nahiri and
Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
So, I'd be okay with having 1 cage. Cage is a little annoying about your own souls though. It turns your own souls off. Just one thing I like about the Nihil Spellbomb is that it doesn't interact. It interacts favorably with your board because it puts artifact into your graveyard off of the player.
Yeah, Spellbomb also works well with Flare because of the artifact.
So
and because it doesn't turn off your own stuff.
Yeah, maybe the Knight of Souls Betrayal needs to go.
That's a possibility.
For, like, another Anger of the Gods.
Your souls and
it's just it has
I mean, the Infect matchup is already great. The Affinity matchup is already good.
Mm-hmm. Collective Brutality is probably good against... It's not good against Affinity, but it's good against Infect, I imagine, right? It kills one of their guys as long as they don't have a Pendelhaven in play.
Yep.
And it
can take a spell.
Protection spell or a pump spell out of their hand.
Yeah.
The Drain is useless, but that's fine. I think I've been happy with just 2 Fulminators. I wouldn't cut the Liliana, that's been great. Painful Truths is just too good in the interactive matchups.
Yep.
We cut a 3rd Lingering Souls for the Invitational, but I think that was a mistake. After playing with them on Moto, I've been... The 3rd Lingering Souls has been doing great, so I'm not really willing to cut it. Because like it allows... So against like the fair decks, it allows the Lingering Souls to be like a very active feature of the deck, something that's going to happen every single game, which is exactly what you want to happen in those matchups.
It's also a possibility to cut Anger for Kozilek's Return, but if we're cutting Spellbombs, we might need Champion.
Like, so the only thing that Kozilek's Return has going for it is Etch Champion, whereas Anger of the Gods has...
Also Manlands.
It does kill Manlands, that's a good point.
And it's also easier, you also don't need to fetch double red.
Sure. The thing with Anger, though, is that, like, I think it's really good because of Dredge, and it's really good against Zoo.
Sure.
Like, killing Nakados is a pretty big deal, I think. I don't know.
And it also kills, like, Kurt Ape.
It might actually not be as bad anymore, because Grimflare is amazing against Zoo instead of horrible, where Dark Confidant was.
Yeah.
So that might be fine. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's all up to preference, and as long as you understand what's going on, then like
you're gonna do fine.
You're gonna do fine. Yeah, but I think that this is a really great choice for both Magic Online if you're grinding the queues, especially Magic Online if you're grinding the queues. I've gone like I think either 18-2 or 19-1 over my last 4 leagues with this deck, which is just absurd. Like I never have stats like that. So and just in general, I think. From Modern deck, I think that this is about as good as you're going to get for a reactive deck right now. So.
Yep.
All right. So until next time, I'm Chris, joined with Clay, and we'll see you later.